Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us in the Met Report. I'm Lily Beth Bias.
And I'm Melanie Aguirre. Here's the news for this week. We start off today's broadcast with an incident that took place in Met TV's own office. On September 15th, the man you see on the screen was filmed entering a building at approximately 5 in the morning. The person then manages to break into Met Media's office at the Tivoli, despite the entrance of the office being locked. After minutes of looking around, the person grabs a hold of a pair of headphones and soon after a Sony camera that the JMP department allowed one of our reporters to check out. According to the Auraria Higher Education Center website, the Tivoli hours are from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. This not only raises concern for the faculty at the Tivoli, but the students on the Auraria campus as well. The person has not yet been found and both the camera and headphones have not been returned. He is described as a male with glasses, curly hair, and an average build. If you have seen this person, please contact the Auraria Police Department at 303-556-5000.
The Republican nominee for governor of Colorado came to MSU Denver on Tuesday, and our reporter Noah Block has the scoop.
I'm here in front of the Auraria Media Center where Republican candidate Heidi Ganahl just spoke to a panel of students about the issues facing Colorado today. Let's hear what she had to say.
We've got to take a deep breath, understand that we're all neighbors, we all are Coloradans, and we all need the water to survive and thrive, but we've also got to share it with the other states too. So a lot of collaboration, a lot of listening, a lot of negotiation, and I will be a governor that will stand up to protect what's rightly ours.
Heidi Ganahl, who since 2017 has held an at-large seat on the University of Colorado Board of Regents, started her campaign on September 10th of last year. In June, Ms. Ganahl beat perennial candidate Greg Lopez to secure the Republican nomination for governor. However, she faces an uphill battle, as incumbent Democrat Jared Polis is well ahead in the polls, just a month before voting. As part of her publicity for the campaign, Ganahl agreed to appear in a small town hall event here on the Auraria campus, where she took all sorts of questions from students representing various organizations.
Fentanyl is one of the top demons we're facing here in Colorado and across the country. We have the second highest fentanyl death rate in the country right now. And we've got to do what we can to stop the flow of fentanyl into our state. We've also got to change the way we fund mental health care in schools. We don't have the mental health counselors that we need in schools, so telehealth can help with that. Right now we've got 15.6% inflation here in Colorado since Biden took office, and people are hurting. They can't afford gas, groceries, school supplies, and that's my passion. So
Heidi Ganahl will face Polis in a general election on November 8th as part of the 2022 midterms.
MSU Denver students looking for a break on their student loans will have access to apply for the countrywide one-time student debt relief program soon. Our reporter Marielle Pulcinelli has the story.
On August 24th, the Biden administration announced a new student debt relief program aimed to equalize opportunity for current and future students attending college institutions. This program will change how loan companies collect debt from future students and will award relief funding for current students per their loans and income arrangements. I spoke with the Director of Compliance, Jennifer Helgeson, at MSU Denver's Financial Aid Office to understand the specifics of the loans and students eligible for this relief.
So they have to be federally owned student loans. The student has to meet income threshold, which is $125,000 per single person or $250,000 per household. If they meet those income requirements and they've never received a Pell Grant, they'll receive $10,000 in loan forgiveness. If they have had Pell Grant even just once in their entire undergraduate career, they will receive $20,000 in loan forgiveness.
Helgeson urges students to become knowledgeable on their federal loan specifics and sign up for notifications and alerts at ed.gov. As for when these applications will be available for students,
the application is not out yet. We have not heard anything on our side of it yet, but they said early to mid-October. So hopefully any day we'll be hearing something.
Make sure to be alert when applications are available and get in your application by the cutoff date, December 31st, 2022. From Met TV, this is Marielle Pulcinelli.
Trick-or-treating but you don't have any treats? The Metro Food Pantry has got you covered with some new updates. After experiencing a high number of visitors per day, the food pantry is now moving into a bigger room down the hall. Students will soon be able to grab a broader range of essentials and snacks for the day to keep them boosted. Located at the old I Love It Market, the food pantry transition will finally allow multiple students to come in at the same time and grab some goods. With more information on this, we interviewed Sam Tornado Sotalo, a student employee at the food pantry.
We had over 200 students seeing us and over 400 interactions, and that's a lot for this little space. We're constantly having a line out the door because we can only serve 1 to 2 students in this space at a time. So with us moving, it actually allows us to be able to serve more students at a time and be able to get people in and out without having too much of a line. Because we have the staff.
Get your cameras ready, put on your dancing shoes, or pick up those pencils and let those creative juices flow. MSU Denver's Metrosphere is back for this semester's newest magazine issue, and we have all the details on how you can be part of it. The MSU Denver Metrosphere is back, and they just announced the theme for this semester's 41st volume, Natural Tendencies. This issue is hoping to release restraints when it comes to art, literature, and creative expression to look for the authentic nature of the world and ourselves. Interesting. Now, if you're looking to be a part of this upcoming issue, the Metrosphere will be taking submissions of your writings, art, music, film, or other creative works. You can submit by clicking the link at Metrosphere's Instagram page or going to the website shown on screen. The deadline is November 4th. Make sure you don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Coming up next after the break.
A former government employee from Colorado Springs arrested for posing a threat.
A community is offered free soil testing for any contamination.
And MSU Denver partners with a large retailer to give students easier access to the most important thing you need for interviews.
But also a lot of fun. Help prepare your little monster for the outside world. Encourage their interests. Support their growth. Walk them through new relationships.
He's perfect.
Whatever you say.
And prepare them to stand on their own 2 feet.
So much of the good in my life is because of you.
Never stop being a dad.
COVID-19 has been a really long and difficult fight.
It's definitely taken a toll on all of us.
Right now, new variants are a lot more contagious and need to be taken seriously.
Getting vaccinated and staying boosted is the best way to keep you protected from COVID-19 and help you stay out of the hospital.
Even if you got COVID before,
it's important that you go get your COVID booster.
COVID shots are safe.
Much safer than getting the virus.
We can all do our part.
And get back to living. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for more information.
Late last week, a former NSA agent living in Colorado Springs was arrested on espionage charges for communicating secret information to a foreign government. According to the Department of Justice, 30-year-old Jared Sebastian Dalke worked as information systems security designer for the National Security Agency from June to July of this year. After he left the NSA between the months of August and September, Dalke used an encrypted email to transmit sections of classified government documents to a person he believed was working for a foreign government. But Dalke was speaking to an undercover FBI agent the entire time. A meeting was arranged between the two parties so that Dalke could transfer more classified documents at a Denver train station. And last Wednesday, he was arrested on espionage charges. If convicted, Dalke could face either life in prison or the death penalty.
Last weekend, Denver residents lined up to get their soil tested by the CDC. Our reporter, Maya Antep, got more on the story.
I'm here today in the local 5 Points area where we are having a soil shop. Members of the community are coming out to test their garden soil for contaminants. CDPHE has been testing people's soil all day. We're going to see what's going on. I had a chance to speak with some of the members from CDPHE. This is what they said.
Members of the Denver community who may have questions about the quality of their soil have come out today for a quick and easy, convenient rapid test in which members of the CDC and EPA only need a small bag of sample soil in about 4 minutes for a successful soil sample.
We're really excited to be invited to the community engagement event along with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, and we are doing something called the Soil Shop, which is a health education event, and we're inviting stakeholders, citizens that live, our neighbors around here, bringing soil samples in from their garden or around their house. It could be from a school garden. And we're doing testing to see the levels of lead, if any, in the soil. And then we are talking about what people can do if they do have any amount of lead in their soil, what they can do themselves to make their soil healthy for gardening or for playing. And that goes right along with what I do at EPA with children's environmental health.
Founded in 1909, the NAACP is the nation's oldest and largest, most widely recognized grassroots-based civil rights organization. Here in Denver, they're focusing on bringing environmental justice to Black and brown communities. In 5 points, they've teamed up with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment to provide communities free access to test their backyard, play area, or potting soil for harmful contaminants like lead or arsenic.
Good afternoon. My name is Nyambe Ladan. I am the Environmental Justice Committee Chair for the NAACP Denver chapter. And we are here today, this glorious, beautiful Saturday, October 1st, 2022, with Mo Better Green Farmers Market, the last market of the season. And we were able to partner with CDPHE, Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, to bring a soil shop, soil testing event to the community. So we've been here since about 10 a.m. this morning, and it's just so lovely to be in community on such a glorious day and to let people get their soil tested for lead, so by next growing season they are prepared to either put in raised beds and learn from the other partners that are here. We've got doctors from Denver Health, we've got the EPA here with their guns that actually test for the lead, and we will be doing this again in the spring of 2023, so look out for that.
If you have a talent you'd like to show off, then Open Mic Night is the place you want to be. Organized by the Tri-Institutions of Auraria campus, CU Denver, MSU Denver, the Community College of Denver, and sponsored by the Center for Multicultural Engagement and Inclusion, or CMEI, Open Mic Night at the Tivoli Garage Lounge is a place where singers, dancers, poets, comedians, or anyone can perform in a judgment-free zone and encouraging zone. Open Mic Night takes place every month and is open to anyone on campus. So, whether you want to show off your skills or enjoy some food while you scope out some of these campus's hidden talents, make sure you stop by for the next Open Mic Night, November 1st.
This semester, MSU Denver is once again partnering with JCPenney for their annual Suit Up event. From October 7th through the 9th, MSU Denver students and alumni will receive an additional 30% off select career apparel, shoes, and accessories. The event will be held virtually all day today and the rest of this weekend. To sign up, visit the MSU Denver website and search JCPenney Suit Up Virtual Event.
And after attending the JCPenney virtual event, make sure you are wearing the right outfits for this weekend because it's starting to feel like fall here in Colorado.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that that is its own unique space too.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2.
3, 2, 1.
COVID-19 has been a really long and difficult fight.
So when we start talking about COVID, I completely get it. It's frustrating.
We've all been impacted one way or another.
The fight against COVID is also changing really quickly.
And it's sometimes really hard to keep up.
So here are a few things we know.
We are not fighting the same virus from 2020.
Right now, new variants are a lot more contagious and need to be taken seriously.
Getting vaccinated and staying boosted is the best way to keep you protected from COVID-19 and help you stay out of the hospital.
Even if you got COVID before,
It's important that you go get your COVID booster.
COVID vaccines are safe,
Much safer than getting COVID-19.
We all want this to end sooner than later.
so go ahead and do things.
Go out and live your life, but get vaccinated. Stay boosted.
We can all do our part.
And get back to living. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for more information.
What's going on, people? I'm Anissa Madriza, and this is EMET. Let's get into it. Flipping her fins or legs, Disney's new Little Mermaid may not be coming out until May of 2023, but the first look at Ariel already has many people talking.
Trailer, The Little Mermaid, the video with already more than 24 million views has definitely sparked up some controversy.
Starring as Ariel, Halle Bailey will be the one taking us on her adventure under the sea. But many spectators do not want to be part of that world. The backlash is transparently racist with all the negativity aimed at the non-white actress. Today we'll be roaming the streets of MSU to ask students their take on the movie trailer.
I'm not sure why this is even a big deal and why anybody's freaking out in any way, shape, or form about it. To me, this is nothing more than what kind of just happens. Different characters of different, like this character, for example, doesn't have a specific race attached to it, a specific ethnicity, a specific cultural heritage. When I think of mermaids, I think mermaids come from all sorts of different cultures, whether it be Greek or, every single culture has its own version of mermaids that were seafaring people, right? So what confuses me as to why does it have to be tied to a specific thing? And so that's my broad statement, is just confusion of why are people angry about this. There's real issues in the world, like literally.
I saw the trailer and I like the little run that she does in it, and I think she looks really, really cool, and I'll see it, yeah.
Well, some have already formed their opinion on the trailer. Others would rather watch a different movie, like Beauty and the Beast.
She was able to get a monster to fall in love with her.
And the movie will be on theaters on May 26th of 2023 for you and your family to watch.
True crime content has been all the rage lately, and Netflix wanted to contribute by dropping a brand new series about notorious serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. Along with its release, though, came a slew of controversy.
Series titled Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story follows the story of serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, largely told from the perspective of his victims. The show has received a ton of controversy since its premiere, with a backlash from the LGBTQ community, family members of the victim, and even TV crew members who worked the show coming in strong.
Despite the rising controversy, it's still among one of the most watched shows on Netflix. So we're hitting the streets and we're asking students here at MSU what their opinion is on the show.
It's important to tell certain stories, but only if it's in a certain sense. Like if you're not encouraging people to go out and be new serial killers.
Netflix tagged the series under the LGBTQ tab in reference to Dahmer's victims mainly being members of the LGBTQ community. Calling it exploitation, people have been upset over Netflix's carelessness.
When you market it in a certain way, like for example what you said, putting it under the category of LGBT, that's ridiculous. I mean, they were killed, you know what I'm saying?
Also upset are members of the victim's family who say the show is triggering for them and inconsiderate of Netflix for not consulting or warning them, but also contributes to the desensitization of serial killers.
If you choose someone like Jeffrey Dahmer, who has ruined the lives of so many families, and you want to make a film about that, you need to make sure you're getting with those families and making sure that everything is coming out okay, and that they're approving everything, and that this is not something that you should be telling a story about just for entertainment, just to glorify somebody, but that it's depicting what this person really was based on who he has affected and getting those opinions.
Ned Fulmer, a former Try Guy, faces major backlash after fans alerted the internet that he was seen with another woman. After fans took Twitter with leaked photos of Ned Fulmer with an employee, the Try Guys were racing to delete Fulmer off recent promos and YouTube videos. But how long did everyone involved know? In a recent Try Guys video, it was said that news broke to their team on Labor Day weekend, weeks before Twitter and Reddit were starting to post and theorize about it. It was not long until Ned and Ariel Fulmer, along with the Try Guys, posted messages on their social media pages. The Try Guys have stated Ned is no longer working with them. So much is happening in the world of entertainment that we can't possibly present everything to you today, but that sure won't stop us from trying. This is our weekly EMET Rundown.
Hollywood has been packed with celebrity news and drama, but first on the list, the announcement of this year's Super Bowl halftime performer. 9-time Grammy Award-winning singer Rihanna ended her music hiatus by posting a picture holding a football to Instagram, confirming she will be performing at this year's Super Bowl. The singer was asked by paparazzi on Tuesday how she feels about the show, in which she responded, "She's nervous but excited, and so are we. We can't wait to see what she's going to bring to the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime stage come February." Next is Hailey Bieber's interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast. During the podcast, she opened up about her life as a wife, the difficulties of coping with online trolls and haters, her childhood growing up in the Baldwin family, and even addressed the false narrative about her relationship with her husband, Justin Bieber, and his ex, Selena Gomez. Hailey shut down any rumors that there was an overlap in their relationship with Selena and Justin's, and just wants to be done with the hate and false speculations created on the internet. In more unfortunate news, rapper Coolio has died at the age of 59. According to TMZ, he was found dead in Los Angeles at a friend's house on September 28th, but no official cause of death has been released. New information about the murder and the death of rapper PNB Rock has come out. The rapper was shot and killed at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles late last month in South LA, and this past week, 3 suspects, a father, son, and stepmom, were arrested and charged with the murder in relation to the death of PNB.
Well, guys, that's all I've got. Stay tuned because after the break, Jackson will be sharing all of the biggest sports news of this week. Take care.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving.
I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
All right, let's try this.
COVID has been a really long fight, and it's been especially tough on kids.
It's been a rough transition for all of us.
Right now, as a father, I want to give the best tools to protect my kids.
So what can we do to get back to that sense of normalcy?
Every day, parents ask me if their child 5 and above should get vaccinated. The answer is absolutely yes.
My own sons, who are 6 and 8 years old, had their COVID vaccine.
It's an added layer of protection to keep kids from getting any type of severe illness or complications from a COVID infection.
A lot of parents are also wondering if the vaccines are safe. Yes, it's safe and effective for children.
Definitely safer than a COVID infection.
Children get a smaller dosage than adults do.
So if you have questions or concerns about the vaccine, that's okay.
We're here to help.
We have the tools we need to protect kids and help them stay healthy and all get through this together.
Hello everyone, I'm Jackson Nyomugabo. Welcome to the Report Sports. As homecoming festivities were going throughout the weekend, Trenton Saunders brings you the rowdy rundown on your favorite athletes.
On Friday night, men's soccer and volleyball led the way for homecoming festivities on campus. Men's soccer took the pitch and got right to action, netting the only goal of the game coming in the 3rd minute from sophomore midfielder Noah Hanula. MSU goes on to take this matchup 1-0. For volleyball, they look to continue their dominant run, and so they did, sweeping South Dakota Mines in straight sets. Saturday featured the Hall of Fame ceremony for the class of 2022 Roadrunners. The nominees were Courtney Ryan from women's soccer, Jonathan Morse from men's basketball, Brianna Hemming from cross country, and Philip Owen from men's soccer. Congrats to the Hall of Fame class of 2022. Following the ceremony, volleyball played Black Hills State, and the Roadrunners stayed hot, sweeping their 6th straight opponent in straight sets, marking their 11th sweep on the season, moving their record to 15-1. Sunday was filled with soccer for men's and women's. The men had a tough task ahead of them in a 1 versus 2 matchup in the RMAC rankings against Colorado School of Mines. A second-half goal from the Ore Diggers would lead to a 1-0 loss for the Roadrunners, marking only the second loss of the season. Now they stand at 8-2-2. Women's soccer was determined to get a win after their 2 previous games resulted in ties. The Lady Roadrunners would come out firing out of the gates with 2 first-half goals, both coming from senior forward Jamie Sawagan. The Lady Roadrunners are now 6-2-4. Coming up for the Roadrunners is a big road trip across the board. Women's soccer will be heading to Las Vegas, New Mexico to take on New Mexico Highlands on Friday. Then they will meet up against Adams State and Alamosa on Sunday. Men's soccer heads to Salt Lake City to take on Westminster on Friday, then will travel to Grand Junction to take on the Mavericks on Sunday in Colorado Mesa. The volleyball team will travel east to take on Chadron State in Nebraska Friday night. Then they will make a quick turnaround back to Colorado to head to rival Colorado School of Mines in Golden on Saturday night. Make sure to head over to the RoadrunnersAthletics.com to keep up with the latest news stories and the best broadcasts in the NCAA. From MSU Denver, this is Trenton Sanders.
The Colorado Rapids played their last home game against FC Dallas this past Saturday, winding down the season with a much-needed win. Striker Diego Rubio scored the only goal of the game in the 66th minute, which was enough for the Rapids to give Dick's Sporting Goods Park one last victory for the season. The Rapids also said goodbye to an MLS and club legend, Drew Moore, who retired after spending 18 seasons in the MLS, with 10 of those being on the Rapids. As it stands after 33 games, the Rapids are 3 points shy of a playoff spot. This weekend, they conclude their season with the game against the Austin FC in Texas. With the season ending, we asked Rapids fans what their thoughts were on how the season went, and here is what they had to say.
The season went pretty good. Not as good we wanted. We didn't make it to the playoffs, but hopefully next season we're gonna go to the playoffs. And we won our last game, as you can see. We're so happy.
Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa suffered a concussion last week in a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. He's the latest in a string of dangerous injuries that have brought concussions to the forefront of the NFL once again. On Sunday, September 25th, the Miami Dolphins were playing the Buffalo Bills at home at the Hard Rock Stadium. Nearing halftime, Miami Dolphins QB dropped back to pass, and after the ball was thrown, Bills middle linebacker Matt Milano rocked Tua, causing his head to whiplash off the ground. As Tua tried to walk it off, he stumbled to the ground, which led to him being evaluated for a head injury. He eventually came back in the game to lead the Dolphins to a win. But the investigation of proper care began on Monday due to Tua being allowed in the game. Fast forward Thursday, when the Dolphins traveled to Cincinnati, Tua was sacked and suplexed to the ground, causing another head injury from whiplash, but this time he didn't get up under his own strength. In a scary incident when millions of people watched Tua finger lock up and become unresponsive for multiple minutes, he was carted off the field to a nearby hospital for further examination. He was released from the hospital the next day and remains on the injury report. On Tuesday night, Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge made his way into baseball history when he hit his 62nd home run of the season, breaking American League record set by Roger Maris in 1961. The homer occurred in the second game of the Yankees doubleheader against the Texas Rangers. When in top of the first inning, Rangers pitcher Jesus Tinoco led off an 88-mile-an-hour slider that was promptly sent 391 feet into the stands by number 99. A fan was seen jumping from the outfield wall in an attempt to catch the historic home run, for a good reason. It has been subsequently reported that a $2 million offer has been extended to the lucky spectator who caught the ball. Tough luck to the guy who jumped down, though. The ball was caught by Corey Humans, a man who was undoubtedly in the right place at the right time. Judge now sits 7th all-time in single-season home runs, trailing 3 seasons by Sammy Sosa, 2 seasons by Mark McGwire, and and Barry Bonds' 73 home run season in 2001. The MLB playoffs start today with the wildcard round beginning at 10 a.m. And that's it for sports today. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great weekend.
That's all the news we've got for you today.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at MyMetMedia, and on our website at mymetmedia.com.
Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.
Dad? Being a dad can be transformative, but also a lot of fun. Help prepare your little monster for the outside world. Encourage their interests. Support their growth. Walk them through new relationships.
He's perfect.
Whatever you say. And prepare them to stand on their own 2 feet. So much of the good in my life is because of you. Never stop being a dad.
COVID-19 has been a really long and difficult fight.
It's definitely taken a toll on all of us.
Right now, new variants are a lot more contagious and need to be taken seriously.
Getting vaccinated and staying boosted is the best way to keep you protected from COVID-19 and help you stay out of the hospital.
Even if you got COVID before,
it's important that you go get your COVID booster.
COVID shots are safe.
Much safer than getting the virus.
We can all do our part
and get back to living. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for more information.